Did somebody say Fygul Cestemus? It's time for an Astaroth on it. I decided I'd go back to this game for another video. I don't strictly know what merit this is going to have, but I have to follow my heart in this instance, and be a big old Astaroth, mostly just for a moment at the end of the story that I found kind of interesting. So we'll see how that goes, because honestly I think the Voldo one went very well. Like, that's a video I'll go back to and watch whenever I need cheering up, because it was just a very good time for me. Astaroth sort of is closer to the main events of the story, which I had thought about doing the main story, you can see at the top there, but like that'd be like a whole series essentially. Like it'd be a long process. There's a lot of plot, and it's not an urgent project. Like, at the very least I would want to get more of the older games done first, and probably finish Sekiro and a bunch of the other, like, more recent stuff that's on my docket currently. But, you know, I can sit here talking about logistics, or I can initiate the repeated utterance of the phrase Fygul Cestemus. So I think I'm going to do that instead. It's time to birth a cataclysm. I like his costume in this. They went a bit closer to how he looked in the original 2 games, while still like putting a bit of a spin on it. So it's sort of a best of both situation. Plus you can see he's got a big old snake neck brace. One of those air travel pillows.
The malevolent cult Fygul Cestemus, or the
Fuck yeah.
of Truth, worshippers of Paldea, the god of destruction. In preparation for the day when all will be cleansed,
we're all going to be cleansed with a cobra on our dicks.
And experiments in underground shrines across the globe.
Fuck, I've forgotten just quite how many snakes this man has for a penis.
They were able to make contact for the first time with Paldea the Executioner.
And anyway, the cults actually talk to a god.
Soul Edge to my altar. Only then can the
so that's his stake in all this.
Upon hearing this revelation, High Priest Kumpetku devoted himself to the nefarious forbidden arts.
Oh, those are the worst forbidden arts.
Fearsome power. Now, Astaroth, a warrior forged by human hands for the sake of claiming Soul Edge, is nearing.
Oh, he's the cataclysm what's been birthed. Why is there a giant centipede behind you? I didn't think to really pay attention to it. Hello, you. Likewise. Hello. I'm here now. Do you like my mask? It's got metal things added to it since the old days. It's always a good idea to make big golems.
Is embedded with a special core bestowed upon us by the Great One himself. It will bring Soul Edge to Fygul Cestemus.
Fygul Cestemus!
He moves. Are we ready?
The snake, that's a very smoothy little picture of the snake. His snake neck brace. Serpents begin every time we like. Oh,
can you hear it,
hello.
puppet? The voice of care.
Where is I? Feel rage!
Quite good physicality for a human experiment. But your mind is still crude. Even if you do obtain Soul Edge, it will enslave you.
I'm in an ordinary conversation with an agent of death.
I shall grant you aid this once.
Ares? Oh, we've had a software update. I've improved your brainium for the purposes of getting a sword.
Possess the memories of various fallen warriors.
Oh, you've uploaded the brain information.
Show me you can destroy all who challenge you.
You've done the plot of at least one martial arts movie. The plot of the Dead or Alive movie, except in that one he just uploads data to glasses that can fall off. No, like, I've give you the techniques of all the greatest warriors. No, we have some AR goggles. Oh, I don't get most of myself. Oh no, I've got naked leg syndrome. Oh. I should probably get my head in the bloody game. What? There we are. All things went wet. I thought there's... There we go, that's the one. Now the good thing about Astaroth is he's got a bunch of old grabs. It's a funny time for... There's another one, look. Smush. Bonk. There's this. I'm mostly just going to be doing these. Is this its own... Oh! He didn't like that one. Oh, that's a... Well, you know what? Fuck you. I've got chains on my arms and I'm worried about a lizard that I just fought. Yeah, they also make lizard men, does this cult. We've not really addressed that. Oh, it's the prototype. Prove that you're better than the one... This looks very much like the original Astaroth. This is basically what the original Astaroth was. Which you may or may not know. He didn't change much from SOULCALIBUR 2, and I don't know if those videos have come out yet, but if they haven't, then spoilers, that's coming. I'm going to be doing a bunch of them at some point or another, sort of SOULCALIBUR throughout the ages. It was sort of a formative series for me. I've not done you any... Not sure how I initiated that, but it resulted in a big old swish of an axe down on your brain. So, you know, the outcome was in my favour this time.
I could get used to this. Just look at me go.
And because he's beaten up a lizard, he's now more eloquent.
Success. Your master,
Thank you.
the war god Ares.
I thought it was a different god.
Bestowing upon you such wisdom and skill.
A war god? So
You said it was an entirely different one. What's the gods happening now? Are you deceiving?
The chimeras were swatted like flies. Do you see?
They were.
This is what my research has brought us. I am worthy of a god.
This
I don't know that means what you were intending to say, strictly.
I, the high priest,
Or if you did mean to say that, it's sort of a confusing sentiment. Which god would you like?
And present it to Palgaea the Executioner. All shall know the glory of Kunpetku and Fygul Cestemus.
Fygul Cestemus!
Fool will pay for ordering me around. But for now, our objectives are the same. I'll use him to my advantage.
Getting used by a golem.
Kunpetku, my lord.
Oh. This whole setup's a tad more interesting than I remember. Revolt of the Heretic. We're gonna go straight to Europe with an army of lizard men. I like how you had to specify that they were half man and half beast, as if we couldn't possibly have intuited that from the... We know what lizard men are at this point. There's been so many throughout so many grisly fates. Found it easy to follow the scent of death. We're sniffing a sword! Voldo could just sort of snoof it out, and now we've just remembered a lot of deaths, and so we know where the sword is.
Talk about boring.
It's boring out here in the desert looking for blades.
Wake up. I'm yawning too much. I need to see action.
Chief of Lizards, tell me where the fights are.
Your blood must be pumping hard from keeping all those lizards in line.
It's very difficult to get lizards to line up.
This is as far as you go, you pitiful drones! That opportunist Kunpetku cannot be trusted to lead the sect.
Kaunipalk, priest of Mars, has
no.
ordered the cleansing to begin.
Likewise, Kelny Polk, priest of Venus, says...
I would also say Grumpf if I were in a cult, in fairness. That's not even a word! I don't give a fuck. Well, you're just doing weird cult bullshit. I'm just here looking for a sword, alright? I'm a golem. I've got all my lizards. We're going to Europe across the desert. That's all. You're adding new variables. I'm sick of all this bloody office politics. I don't care if you've got a trident. I never care if you've got a trident in this game, and that's like the one time that's been the case. Biff, look, now I've got all my armour on. No, I want to get you into the stratosphere because I've got some stuff for that I can. Right, well this has remained constant, and so I shall shunt you. Oh, you've just died outright. That actually runs counter to the result I wanted. I wanted to show people some more fun things I can do. Fun things I can do in the air. Sure. I don't begrudge you it necessarily. Bonk. Now at least you must... there we go, that's another thing I remember. Discovered that in training. I've got a big V on my back. It may or may not be for Vendetta. Well, it does stand for Vendetta, but it's... well, no, Vendetta starts with a V. I don't think those mean the same thing, technically. I'm going to kill you before you can tell anyone how many mistakes I've made in the prior sentence. Sweep your feet off. Oh, you do too sometimes. How do I get you to do that? Sometimes you just don't, and I'm very confused. Steppy? What? Steppy feet? I've got steppy feet. Come on, I've got a cobra on my penis and I'm here to make you die. Oh, that time I could have done it, and I just stopped myself from believing the fates. Well, now I've got to climb back out of the pit, after which point the other two will have mysteriously revived. Oh, I hate it when people with scythes put me down a hole. I don't care that you got a trident, don't have it twice. You should know that there's no point. There's... Graspy. I couldn't do Graspy, unfortunately. Come on now. You can't always be a Prague lion, alright? You need to specify what one is, first and foremost. Shmish. Have one of this. My ultimate move, where I just really hurt you quite a bit. That went right in your ass. Oh my god, I'm the good lord! I knew it! I knew that was how it was done! What an esoteric way for an arse to be formed! Well, now we know, don't we? And as they say, don't hit me in the abdomen with guillotine gauntlets. Ah, it's time for the revival of Chimpanzee Hour. We love it. We all think it's great. It should be brought back right now. Right, you, I've got a fucking bone to pick. You're too far away half the time. Come on now. Bonk! Bonk you in the lumbar, look. There's a couple of them I can do. I probably won't get the chance because it's just sort of finicky to execute. Oh, what went out the sky that time? Don't resist all my... I have yard barged at you again, sort of. There's bargy. The storm is approaching! There you go, you got no legs anymore. Huh.
Damn Kunpetku!
Of all the stupid last words. Bunch of idiots. Still,
dead
That yell
idiot
was kind of
clowns
amusing.
dying on a
It's
cult today.
shame a worm's dying scream can only be heard once.
I think if I heard a worm scream, I would need to lie down for 500 years. If I'm big, you're taking it rather well, old chap.
Is Ares obsessed with cleaning?
He's got a big broom and he's
Even
sweeping it
amongst
all
the
away.
gods, he is renowned for his cleanliness. You could learn a lot from him. However, you should focus on...
Are you telling me to shower?
I like this one.
Those hadn't been
Straight
invented
to the
yet.
point.
It's unfair of you to put some snakes on me
I
and
shall
then...
take care of all the rubbish you collect. It should have its uses.
Going around picking up the garbage. Oh, did you mean the dead folks? I thought he was just very conscientious. Taking all the bubblegum wrappers out of the desert in the name of Ares. And to death. If you create too much death on the way there, you're not going to be able to sniff swords from a distance, are you? Alright, it's time to go and fight the Genesis. Or at least see them.
Nightmare caused all this destruction? How dare he go so far? How dare he? There's nothing left for me to kill!
Evil Snoofus energy.
We have you now, you abominations. Your evil ends here.
Oh, well, something tells me he's going to regret turning up at that exact moment.
God of War! Now you've really made me
I don't
mad.
like that
I
game.
wish I just killed you.
They made it SJW propaganda. Was that the consensus at the time? I'm sure some fucker, some relentlessly boring tit end, had that opinion of the changes they made. Personally, I think it's... I'm thinking about doing that game on this channel, to be honest. It actually feels really important. But again, it's not an urgent... Don't stand on the grief machine, alright? You'll be very sad all the time. And then you'll be like, oh, why is this happening? And I'll be like, well, fucking look, we labelled it and everything. Bonk. Have my ass to crush you now. No! No, you fool! You're becoming a hindrance to the scepter. Okay? Oh, is that it? You're just gonna give me one fucking no-name...
Their weapons and moves remind me of yours. Not that it matters.
It's like you all share some generic weapon move set.
All right.
Curious.
On to Nightmare.
The lizard men were relegated to character creation in this one, whereas previously Lizard Man has been his own thing. You just get one representative of all the lizards to fight now for a sword story.
Astute as ever, Astaroth, for various reasons. Those humans were also blessed with the power of your master, Ares.
Seems like even war gods have a lot on their plates. Still, it's none of my concern, as long as I get to run wild.
You're just buying the various reasons line with no real... I guess he gets to kill them when they show up, so that's really his only concern. I mean, he's basically just said as much. He's irritated by the whims of the gods, though. So, you know, there's that. He's really sniffing a sword now, and he's found it now. Twisted creatures, an immense sword with a single eye. The sword has a single eye, he's not lifting it with one eye, that'd be odd.
You've nowhere to run, so kindly just offer your soul to our leader. So this is why rumors surrounding the castle don't spread, despite the endless massacres.
And how do you know about them?
Correct. Dead men tell no tales. However, if if you were to join up.
You know, I just might.
You insignificant maggot! I'll crush your head with my bare hands! Hey, lizard brains, hold off!
Oh, we are going to fight the knight. We're going to fight a knight about it, I think. Oh, wonderful. It's always nice when actual named characters get to confront each other. It's a baffling rarity. Oh, well, fuck me. Fuck me for having said that. We're just fighting an ordinary man who did a funny leap a bit. What if I tell you to piss? Will you listen?
Will you piss every time I scream?
Nah! Ah. Do you need the scream to be more compelling before you piss? Don't sidestep my judgment! Don't crouch, you crouching idiot! No. Aha. You think Peach Galore will attack? What, you basic? It seems I've met my foe. Foe is a really generic term for what I actually meant to express, but you know what? He's dead now, so maybe it was just sort of prescient of me. You are here now as well, in a blacksmith's. You are just in the blacksmith's. How did you manage to set one up in someone else's castle? I'll say this, you've got a lot of savvy. Ah. Come on now for all this. Punch, punch. Right? And then we all go home, we all go to the... I don't even know how I did that, or what I did, or that's gonna miss. It did. There you go. I don't want to just get mooked away by you, but I did. Didn't have this problem with Voldo. Didn't, and I was under the impression that I was better with Astaroth, but I guess that has become less true with time. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Bargy, kicky woo. It's because I've just been focusing on doing grabs and not actually necessarily winning fights. If I learned how to deploy all of his moves more tactically, but then it's, you know, it's essentially just for the one video, it seems a bit of a daft use of a goose. No, you're using geese. Oh, so that's just if I run, he does that. So there you go. It's got all sorts of abilities that he didn't tell you about at the gooseberry meeting. Where you meet all the gooseberries. Come on. I'm just sort of not fighting you right now, and I think that's maybe something I should consider changing about my behaviour. Right? Sniff the shoes of the damned. Take this into battle with you. The Lord strikes once again. Serpents beware. You're in for a scare.
Impressive Astaroth, cult follower. The regular Malfested are no match for you. Nightmare, right?
Thank you very much.
Tell me what you know. I shall be direct.
What, just a complete list of every fact I've retained?
Power to resurrect Soul Edge.
Should you agree to cooperate, you can kill as your heart desires. An attractive offer, no?
It is more or less our objective. We do want a good sword.
What do you think, Kerr?
Though he is cunning, he speaks the truth. At present, Soul Edge is at half its usual power. Ares would not be happy receiving it in such a state.
Charge up the sword. Gotcha.
Okay, I'll play your game.
As a token of my gratitude, I shall bestow upon each of you a title. Astaroth, you shall be Sinister Sable. Lizard Man, you shall be Base Vert.
What? Thanks?
That's about my reaction as well. Yum. Lizard today receiving, I think, an insult. A green insult. Oh no, the deepening suspicions of the cult forevermore. We have to do the things. If worst came to worst, I could kill you in your sleep. But the cult didn't want that as much, because they don't understand sword values. They won't accept the explanation that the sword's not as good as we want.
Don't tell me you're gonna betray Lord Kunpetku.
Do not be ridiculous. We were charged with finding and claiming the sword Soul.
The High Priest told me to claim Soul Edge.
I want a sword.
You defy me. That is the same as defying...
I have said Fygul Cestemus more times than you, ergo I outrank you.
What the High
How
Priest
dare you infringe upon the divine duties of me and my lizard brigade?
you who have defied our
God, we're
and must
fucking
die.
weird.
Anyway, send the message to prepare more troops. I don't
Anyway,
care
all
if
that
they're
being the
gods,
case,
lizards or automatons.
these all apparently being things we have access to.
It's
Just to
almost
reiterate,
time
they're
to
in the
strike.
game, so that there's an
If I
explanation for why
just
they
cross
are
that
character
bridge,
creation
kill it.
options,
And Ivy. Soul
who I guess we
should
are
get
aware of.
pretty full.
We are aware of these people, and so now a sword will happen. So that's the cult fucked off for the time being. Banquet of Blood. Soul Edge is near completion, and now we must rebel. It's time for a little attack. So slight. Oh no, there's a slight sliver of death happening. You can't hide that from me. I've been sniffing swords from half a continent away.
Are you aware that someone has taken the hidden path?
Of course. They carry a similar odor to that brat. There's no point in hiding. Your stench gives you away.
Everyone in this
You
game just seems to
smell
have
like a rotting carcass in a ditch.
a sixth sense for where the plot wants them to... Oh no!
I know what you're thinking. Most react the same way. He looks strong, but he's probably slow and stupid. I can't describe how good it feels to defy
To hang a lampshade over the
expectations.
fact that we've not gone with the archetype.
Admit, I am shocked. You both have a way with words and smells.
As I'm in a good mood, I'll overlook your insolence. But you reek of one modified by human hands, the most repugnant of odors to me. I can't let Nightmare feast on rotten garbage.
Well, now it's the time for attacking you. As is the expectation of Christmas Stephen and his band, the 72 Forfeits of Hercules. He gave up 72 things, and now you shall as well. No, don't overcome. I don't want you to overcome particularly. I was about to headbutt you or something. Bonk. I was going to give you a bonk with my own brain. Do you deny me? Do you deny the bonks? Oh, you absolute green. Ah, piss. Haha, I did a kick, thereby countering you completely. Okay, the first one didn't hit. I really don't know why I was expecting the second one to. Oh, I just sort of chucked you off. And there that goes. Alright, a solid start for Bertram the Magnificent. I'm going to charge up my powers and escape you now. I've sort of forgotten the soul charge specific moves that he has, so I am just going to hit you a bit and then hope that that's enough. I don't claim to be an expert, I just claim to be a golem. I'm just a golem looking at a man, telling him to stop, please. Oh god. Which one? It is back, I think. I keep forgetting which way does the... Of course, this means nothing to any of you. You can't see the buttons I'm pressing in order to do these moves. So any confusion I'm having as to the inputs, you have to move in one direction to do this, and I kept thinking it was the other, and I couldn't get it straight in my head, and that's barely an anecdote. So now it's all resolved, and I need to be... I need to solve the turkey conundrum. Alright? It's sort of like that. It's like a version of that puzzle where you've got to get all the chickens on the other side of the river, but you can't leave them with a fox or something. I don't remember the whole thing. I imagine there's been several versions. Alright? But the most important one is about turkeys, and that's the one I've been charged with solving at present. Number 2. Gone on the ground. Oh no, I've mistakenly taken a vole out of my pocket. I was supposed to be hiding that I even had that. Come on, let me do it! Let me do it! Do you ever just grasp? You've been grasped to death. Now I'm going to grasp you again. You can't escape my clutches.
I can smell the odor of others in this castle too. As long as I'm here, you're never getting through.
Oh no. You're just gonna leave.
Wriggle, you worm! As long as the god of war protects me, I'm indestructible. All who defy me shall feel his divine wrath. This day can't get any better. I'm gonna kill both Nightmare and that loathsome woman. Then I will present Ares with the fully resurrected Soul Edge. And once that's over, I'll...
Something wrong? You appear quite rattled.
Enough! It's nothing. First, I'm gonna deal with Ivy. Damn it! Now my day's utterly ruined!
That's just sort of an interesting touch, you know? Like, it feels weird.
Of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two
It feels weird that found its way into a fighting game. A genre which only cares about Evo now. It's just, no. There was a team of writers that really seemed to care about this one. And, you know... I feel, you know, I've seen it. I've seen it and I appreciate it, and I feel like a light needs shone upon it. So, what I am realising is that I've not said Fygul Cestemus enough times in all this, so now my day's utterly ruined. But thank you for watching. I was, to be honest, expecting Fygul Cestemus to play a bigger role in general, but we mostly just had a lizard with us. And that was it, really. I have no earthly way of organically ending the video with the energy I have left. So please leave, and I shall see you again later. Thank you.